Outnumbered. I'm Harris Faulkner. Here today, Andrea Tantaros, Kimberly Guilfoyle, political commentator and national spokesperson for the Libre Initiative, Rachel Campos-Duffy. Good to have you.
Ladies.
Yeah. You get your own chant.
I woke up early this morning so looking forward to seeing you, and it's met all my expectations.
We've only just begun.
We've only just begun.
Yes, we have a lot to get to.
In the words of
we
Karen
don't chant
Carpenter.
for everybody.
I'm grateful for that.
All right.
I'm gonna save the tape.
Okay, let's get moving. Two major developments in the Middle East to tell you about, and they could have a huge impact on America. While we stand by for word from the White House, as I mentioned, here's what we know. The American-backed government in Yemen is an excellent one. Our relationship now with all the other countries in that region now
has put roadblock after roadblock in the path of that, and why?
All right, so we heard Leland talking about, and I mentioned it too, the nesting of terrorists.
U.S. foreign policy and our national security to try and get some control over the situation, because right now, what successes can we point to?
Well, and we better be careful not to lose something else. I mean, now we're thinking about our U.S. embassy there. We've got those.
Isn't clear how many Yemenis who were transferred returned to the battlefield, but outgoing Defense Secretary Chuck Hagel says that anyone who leaves Gitmo shouldn't be going to Yemen. So, Tucker, the administration saying right now, today, we're not going to be transferring any detainees. But do you really believe that this is going to last, and does it really matter? Because we've seen them transfer detainees
to some country where they become, beyond and putting them on trial. It's a no-brainer.
But Tucker, why are we releasing them
and trying them as opposed to releasing them if we've seen some pretty good victories?
Because there's a political timetable that he wants to say that he did that.
Scary. That's scary.
It is the next target.
Boy, pray that's not true.
Well, don't worry. The president's with Glozell Green.
Yeah.
President Obama does want to reach out to younger audiences, as I mentioned, but
is it hot in here or what? I don't know. Okay, Tucker, help us out here. What do you think?
Well, it's pretty unbelievable. Colt guy? They haven't weighed the footballs from the Colts? I mean, they're not even going to get to the bottom of this.
There's too much invested in the big game.
Totally, but can they hold out until game day? I doubt it. They're going to come under a ton of pressure. The commissioner is too. I feel.
So they go to the Super Bowl, say even the Patriots win. It's happened before. Afterwards, maybe they still continue the investigation. They decide perhaps, Andrea, they've got to do fines, lose a first-round draft pick. What do you think?
Fines won't matter to them, but they're going to have a tarnished record. They're going to be known as the team, if they win, by a lot of people that potentially cheated. And you know what? They would have so much more credibility if they didn't have a history of bad behavior, of spying on the Jets or freezing the Ravens' scoreboard.
Belichick.
All I have to say is I was having a really bad afternoon until that press conference yesterday. I mean, how much fun was that? And watching footage of that Chicago kicker. I mean, can we get more of that on the screen? I'm having a good time with all this.
She's single.
No.
So cute.
That's all.
Yeah, because men aren't visual creatures, right?
Please.
Throw a flag on the play.
Branding issue. And Rachel, we talked.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's a little too late.
Why?
Well, because the game that may have affected is over. Right, but the Colts don't get that opportunity.
Yeah, but you could couldn't you even kind of the karma, if you will?
I mean, the problem here is it makes you feel.
Believe so. When he was asked if he was a cheater, you either are a cheater or you aren't a cheater. It's not. I don't believe I am. Although when he says he had nothing to do with it, he may be telling the truth. He may technically not have touched those footballs, but somebody else did. And Tucker's right.
Equipment coach.
Blame it on the equipment coach.
It depends what the definition of deflate is.
But you're right, Tucker. The fun is gone. This is supposed to be a really fun week leading up to the Super Bowl.
Well, it is
not
for
fun
us.
anymore. Well,
not for them.
For different
reasons.
reasons.
So my old college buddy, not really buddy, but we were classmates, Jim Rome, you may have heard of him, tweeted out yesterday, the Patriots' punishment should be to watch the entire Pro Bowl. That's unkind, but funny. Anyway, you were going to say.
You have funny friends. Well, so I want to listen because I just want to put Tom Brady back up on screen again.
And I love
sort of pulling me from my 49er obsession. It's bad. I'm going to see a therapist. But listen to what he said, because somehow every news conference has ISIS involved in it.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I got to the bottom of that. Somebody let the 2 pounds of pressure out of his head. The air went right out. He's all I
agree with him on that, too. I agree. It's not ISIS. And look at the television coverage. It's
bad when the Puppy Bowl and the Lingerie Bowl are more ethical than the Super Bowl.
I'm telling you.
Puppies never cheat.
Puppies don't cheat.
Okay, well, it's just the start of a GOP-controlled Congress about 3 weeks in, and already the list with you.
Are you it did. It hurt. I actually have a daughter her age, so to put some perspective. Were you offended by it?
Times I've been asked to twirl. I'm like a part-time ballerina. Are you kidding me? The day they stop asking me to twirl, then I know I got to go in for a tune-up or something. I really want to know, Tucker, will you twirl for us?
Kicked off the
Dangerous.
first season.
Yeah.
I'm not overly sensitive. I don't mind if guys catcall me.
I mean, it's, you know,
In the
come on,
take
you're
you
in
off
front of
guard.
thousands
Really?
of people and millions of viewers. What are you going to do? And she said, look, and
If you've seen Bouchard play, which I have, she has an amazing body. And I can tell
at
you,
that.
everybody in that stadium, all the men, their tongues had to be rolled back into their mouth. Questions about their temper. Is that sexist to ask a man about his machismo temper?
I got to say, as a man, I thought it was kind of appalling.
You
honestly.
did? Win that she deserves.
so Novak Djokovic rips off his, you know, a lot of
Yeah.
the athletes rip off, and they're asked to do that. So, oh,
I know you want me.
One college student wanted to find out what would happen if she agreed with the compliments that men gave her on dating sites. So she did an experiment and found most of them didn't take too well to it. Here's one post she shared on her blog. A guy says were nice and didn't give her toot for agreeing with them. So what do you think about this, Andrea? What do you say?
I don't
You say,
think
thank you.
Yeah, you can't agree. You can't agree. I have a hard time even saying thank you. I think as women, you have to mature and get to that point, because your initial response is to be like, oh no, I've been going to the gym, or not that
Really?
great.
That's true.
I think so. I think when I was younger, I had a hard time accepting compliments, and now I've learned to just say thank you very much. But I would never go like, oh, damn right.
You're like, yeah.
But would you believe?
Sir, take the Fifth Amendment, Lois Lerner style. The ground may incriminate you. Okay.
But what's,
I love that. I hope that's.
what's interesting about the study is that her conclusion was that this
Greyhound bus, here we come.
I was going to say,
agree.
and Outnumbered from the heartland of America. We'll do a live show. Tucker, how do you handle all of the questions about your hotness and good look?
There is life between Georgetown and Santa Monica.
I think
Go
you're a
find
little
it.
shy, actually, Tucker. I think you get a little shy when you get compliments. You kind of blush. It's sort of charming.
Yeah, well, I have such high self-esteem that I else to know.
Oh, so you're faking the
I'm
blush.
totally faking the blushes. Instead, my inner.
DSM-5 access 2. Here I am. 11 access.
So you know what that means.
Talking road show to the Midwest is what I've garnered from this block.
Totally.
you know what?
yeah, well, I met my husband in Minneapolis.
Yeah,
I'm a
get
big-
the-
Boys are really terrific.
I have a great idea. The Lumberjack World Championships in Hayward, Wisconsin.
With the lumberjack, like sexy, with the guys, with that. Anyway, but there was
You
this guy.
all look lovely with your colors today.
We do. Harris, well done once again. Hey, if you like it, come back on Monday, noon Eastern, for more Outnumbered. But happening now starts right now. Everybody have a great weekend.